This
I think all meaningful
this
fights.
pay-per-view
Pretty
card,
good.
especially the main card specifically, has been just fantastic. But ladies and gentlemen, the fight is literally about to start right now. Started. Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal. Oh my God! Ben Askren knocked out! Oh my God! Oh
Whoa!
my God! Oh my God! Jorge Masvidal, flying knee in the first 3 seconds of the fight, knocks out Ben Askren. What?
Holy shit!
What?
Hype train derailed or what?
I
Ben
can't handle
Askren.
this. My blood pressure. Uh,
Yo.
what? What is this?
Good Lord.
What the fuck just happened? I can't believe what. I mean, we just started the show. It's been 4 minutes, fool. Like, I was not mentally and emotionally prepared for what we just saw right there. But holy shit.
Masvidal is the fucking man. We were saying this before, how much of a beast he is. Like,
Ben Askren's still out at this. I'm concerned about Ben Askren at this point. But wow.
oh, and Masvidal's still talking shit. He doesn't even care.
Oh my God, they just showed the replay.
Boom. Oh my goodness.
Wow. The flying knee puts Ben Askren out cold, ladies and gentlemen. He goes rigor mortis. And Masvidal comes in with 2 punches, eerily reminiscent of Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping knockout, where it was just like, oh man, this was just not needed in any way. But wow.
Boy, oh boy. Dude, Masvidal knew he would shoot for the takedown immediately.
And just went for
And
the
he
flying
just
knee.
caught him. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my God. That was terrible.
That's
Ben is just wrecked, dude.
that is the most brutal knockout of the year. Wow. I'm still in shock, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how to deal with that. So I'm going to try to get our Skype computer up. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. Call in now. As 2 people that picked Jorge Masvidal to win.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I said it last year. We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
Wow. Fu. Talk
That
about
was amazing. That was amazing. Dude, Masvidal just knew Ben was going for the double leg like immediately.
Yeah.
And he just sold it, and fucking that knee was just so money. Ben's still wrecked.
Give me Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal.
Dude,
Please.
I'm picking Masvidal over everybody. I'm on the Masvidal hype train right now.
That was insane. It was 5 seconds. It's now the fastest knockout in UFC history.
Wow.
Wow.
He's been knocking people out since what? Those old backyard fighting cards with what's his face?
Kimbo Slice, man.
Kimbo, yeah.
Yeah. Throwback, man.
Ben doesn't know anything about that.
Wow. I'm just still in shock, man. I was not emotionally prepared for what we just saw right there.
And you know, Masvidal, what I like about Masvidal, he keeps that same energy. Like, he's not going to go say good fight or anything to Ben. No. He just can't stand trash talkers or anyone in the sport that's like disrespectful. He's just like, he just wants to destroy them.
Yeah, I can't believe what we just saw. I stand even harder now. I think it's official now, right? Like we were stands of Masvidal before. I think we all were. Every one of us was a wrestling mark for fucking Jorge Masvidal. But I mean now it's just even more. Jesus Christ. I mean, oh, in this post-fight interview, let's hear it.
I really want to hear this.
Wow. It's incredible. and rescuing him.
But I want to take this time on a personal. Thank God Almighty for this journey, man. It's been an amazing journey. 16 years I've been doing this at this level. I want to say hello to my daughter Ava, my son Macho Man, and Jay. I wasn't with them the 4th of July because I had to handle business. I love you. I'll be there soon to celebrate. And American Top Team, Dan Lambert, Steve Mako, Mike Brown, Mola Wall, Paulino Hernandez, Jesus Gallo, Johnny Evelyn, Sidney Outlaw.
Masvidal just shouting out everyone in his team.
Yeah.
AT&T being one of the best teams in the sport.
Whatever. Now back to business. I don't want to say nothing about Ben, so don't ask me nothing because I got nothing nice to say. So my mother told me if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. So we're going to skip Ben questions.
Jorge, the opening move, was this something that you had planned? Did you feel it in the moment? Did you anticipate him shooting?
Because he's a bum.
Flying knee?
Oh, yes.
He's a bum.
Did you know that he was going to
Oh, man. Masvidal.
I mean, that is as perfect a flying knee as has ever been executed on planet Earth.
That dude was talking wild, man. You know, I had to show him that there's consequences sometimes.
There's consequences. Key and Peele sketch. That's a soundbite we need, by the way. Rob, if you're listening in post, get that Key and Peele. Consequences. We need that.
But you guys know who deserves that belt. That's 16 years of hard work. You guys know who deserves that belt, man.
Usman.
I'm not the best at cutting promos.
I don't care what Usman says. He can talk tough. Nobody wants to be in that fucking
Yes.
ring. No one
Yes.
wants to be in the
Usman Jorge
octagon with
Masvidal.
Masvidal.
Yes. Give me that fight. Give me that fight. Mainline that shit to me, please. Wow. I mean, this was quick here, Phil. I mean, what do you want to talk about? What is there to talk about? Ben Askren got iced in 5 seconds.
How much of a freak is Masvidal, man?
I
He just starched Darren Till last fight. He just ended the Ben hype train.
yeah,
Like,
that was insane, man. I really can't put into words. I cannot contextualize how insane that knockout is. Not only is it the fastest knockout in UFC history, but it's against a guy that's been undefeated. It's against a guy that obviously never been finished. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa being there. Love Wiz, man. I just wow. Gus in the
Ben's
chat.
too one-dimensional.
Shout out Gus saying technically about 2 seconds from knee impact. Yeah, man. That I'm in shock here, guys. I don't think I picked Masvidal to win, but not like that. No one picks anyone to win
No.
like that. Okay, I thought he was going to survive maybe two rounds, maybe a round, and then maybe piece up Askren and get a TKO or something. I thought that was a possibility. But a flying knee, record-setting KO that is also knockout of the year.
yeah.
And now on top of that, probably the closest thing we can think about when it comes to that brutal, especially the follow-up shots, is the Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping knockout. Right? And I don't know if you remember that, Fu, but that's when Dan Henderson knocked Michael Bisping out the right hand. Bisping's on the ground unconscious, and Hendo comes in from the fucking Empire State Building with an elbow, and it hits a knockout.
I've seen that.
Right? And this is probably the closest thing to that. That's meme-worthy. That's going to be talked about forever. Wow. Gus saying, what up, Matt and Fugatti? What up, Gus, man? Long-time listener, long-time supporter. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're enjoying the fight, everyone. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Obviously, podcast forum, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. Don't worry, we're going to be here all night. Take your calls, take your questions, whether they're in the chat, does not matter. Super chat, all that fun stuff down there, guys. Go ahead.
So what do you think? Do you think this is a humbling moment for Ben, or you think Ben just talks just as much shit after this and acts like this didn't happen?
No, I think Ben's a somewhat rational person, to give him some credit. I don't think he can come out here and be super disrespectful. Similar like Conor McGregor. When Conor McGregor loses, He never is out there in the media at first talking shit. He's always very humble in defeat because he knows even if you're a cocky fighter, it's better for your brand when in defeat to be humble and then to be cocky later on.
Yeah.
Same with Ben Askren. Be humble in defeat, and in 2 months, 3 months down the line, when you get the next fight, you can start being cocky again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the more important question now is like how Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal, how does that fight look? Like honestly, like that's such an intriguing style matchup because Masvidal is one of the better sort of counter grapplers in the sport. Obviously, his striking I think is almost peaking. Like it's really coming to its own in a way that it wasn't before. Even though he's always been a really above average boxer, above average striker, I think he's getting better. Like he's sort of catching that Robbie Lawler like renaissance in his career, where mid 30s, early 30s, it's just clicking all of a sudden. And Usman is a fucking prodigy. Like he is a guy that his cardio, his grappling is just on such another level that George St. Pierre is probably jealous, right?
Yeah.
Does Masvidal defend the takedown from Kamaru Usman? Does his cardio hold up with Usman? Is he able to out strike him when Kamaru Usman's striking is getting better? You know, there's a lot of intriguing aspects to that probable next fight. I think they're going to make that fight next, to be honest. I don't think they're going to give it to RDA or anyone like that. I think it's going to be, obviously, Masvidal. I think he's made the case. And I think he is a fan favorite, and the UFC recognizes that. It's a sellable fight. I think Usman and Masvidal's pre-fight antics or bickering is going to be must-watch TV. I'm solely intrigued on that fight now. That's perhaps one of the most intriguing fights in the sport right now. Much more so than the Colby Covington fight, in my opinion, with Usman. Because Covington doesn't do anything that Usman can't. In fact, I think Usman is better at what Colby Covington's bread and butter is, which is his wrestling ground and pound. I think Usman's better at it, to be honest. Masvidal has other aspects to his game which could really hurt Usman, which are Usman's issues, is the striking. And Masvidal's ability to counter grapple is just probably the best in the division, at least. Fu, preliminary thoughts on that fight. What do you think? How do you think it goes down?
Man, it's hard to pick anyone over Usman just because he was
so
when
dominant.
you watched him dominate Woodley like that, it's like, God, who could really do that? But Masvidal is tough as shit. Like he's not going to be an easy out for anyone. And like you said, striking. I mean, dude, like I said, starched. You know, his last fight against a guy we thought he was going to get beat by.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then comes out and in 5 seconds just ends Ben Askren. So who knows? I mean, realistically, it's the fight game and he can knock anyone out, you know? So I think he's so good for the sport. I love his energy and just the person that he is. So yeah, I would love to see him with that belt. That'd be a fun champ to watch, you know?
Agreed.
But we'll see. I think I would still love to watch Usman just fuck Covington up just for the sheer pleasure of watching Covington get just
Fucked
mauled
up.
for
Yeah.
5 rounds, you know?
America needs it.
Yeah.
I think the toxic MMA fandom needs to be checked in a bit. In an Usman Covington fight, obviously does that.
Yeah.
For Askren,
MMA great
what do you
again.
think is next for him? Is he exposed in a way? I mean, is the Robbie Lawler sort of, scare with that knockdown now more of an issue because it's now connected to him being knocked out? Like similar, not into the same degree, but like Luke Rockhold, a guy that obviously has an issue with getting hurt and getting knocked out. Does Ben Askren now sort of face that criticism?
Well, I think what is extremely apparent is he is too one-dimensional
Yes.
for the top level UFC guys. Like he's gonna have to work on his defense. He's gonna have to work on his striking. He no longer is just going to be able to depend on being a great wrestler. Like it's not going to play well here in the top, of the of the UFC. Like, like even the Robbie win wasn't something that was definitive. You know, it
there's
wasn't like,
controversy. There's
you
heavy
know,
controversy around it.
right?
Yeah.
So he's 1-1 in the UFC with a controversial win, and started that fight off very sketchy, you know, and started this fight off very sketchy, you know. So I don't know. I think he's too one-dimensional. He needs a lot of work on his stand-up game. And he just looks like he understands he has no chance stand up with a guy, you know? So he's always right after a takedown, you know? Like there's no like measuring your opponent or trying to figure something out. Like you saw how he came clean. He was on the other side where Masvidal already was, you know, with a deadly striker completely vulnerable. So that didn't make any sense, you know.